Great. Thank you so much, Don.
Do we have everyone that we're going to have then?
I believe we do.
Okay, I'm going to call to order a special meeting of the Saratoga Springs Public Library Board. First item on the agenda is we're seeking to approve a business reopening safety plan. My understanding is that the insurance carrier has given its imprimatur, as well as attorneys for the library have okayed this plan. Does anybody have any comments at this point? Ike, did you want to say anything?
So, what I want to say is that really to express my appreciation to the leadership team at the library for really the time and effort and dedication that went into pulling this plan together. It really is a group effort, and we spent hours and hours each on our own and together going through it. And I think that is very likely what led to the swift approval by the insurance company and the lawyers. So thank you.
I just had one thought.
Yes.
And that was about I didn't see any language in there about to the extent the safety plan is inconsistent with current policies and the code of conduct. Those policies and code provisions would be temporarily suspended, and employees would have the power to enforce the safety plan. I don't know if there should be some language to that effect. I don't know what you think.
It couldn't hurt. I mean, I think it's certainly room to add it. There is a provision like that in the original. We say that this is a supplement to the public health emergency plan, and there is some language in that original public health emergency plan that says that there are policies here that are that override our policies in normal times.
I don't think it would prevent us approving this today. It could always be an amendment if we thought that language would be appropriate to have.
And we can.
I just worry about employees who are confronted with a patron who is uncooperative with the safety plan, and that if the library were needed to enforce it in some manner, I just would want us to have some clear that the library, that this is a clear policy or code of conduct that we're requiring, and that in the unlikely event someone was uncooperative, that they could be asked to leave. That's all I'm concerned about. If I just would ask you to maybe give that a little thought, and if you think it's warranted, we could always amend that, add that language later on. It's not obviously going to be necessary at this point.
Right, and we could certainly bring it back at the regular meeting on Monday. We can have a discussion about where that would fit in this plan, or whether it's a separate kind of temporary policy that overlays this and the public health emergency plan.
Right. I'm just thinking, yeah.
Right.
So, okay. That was my only comment. Does anyone else have any other observations?
Nothing new, no.
Katie?
No, I have no other things to add.
Okay, Manita, you're good? Well, that said, then can I have a motion to adopt the business reopening plan, safety plan?
I move to adopt the new Saratoga Springs Library Business Reopening Safety Plan.
Second that.
All approve?
Aye.
Aye. Any dissents? That motion passes. Safety plan is adopted. Next up is you want to declare additional staff titles as essential. Library shelver, library building monitor, principal clerk, library assistant, librarian 1, librarian 2, and librarian 3. Does anybody have any commentary on that request?
Is this, Ike, just for this period of time, or would they hold as being essential if for some reason we came back into this situation, several months from now, or do you know what I mean?
I think it is just for this period of time, and we're still planning on, during our phased reopening, really staggering schedules and having very few people in the building. But when we get to the point that we're able to check things in and get things back on the shelf, then some of these positions are going to be very crucial to our operation. You are right, Katie, that if there should be another outbreak or the state's phases go backwards, we may have to take a step back as well. And in that case, I think we might come back and either make this request again, or maybe we make a request that really only that anybody who is essential to the operations that we're able to perform at the time be deemed essential.
Okay.
If that's clear, I don't know.
Yeah, that's clear. And right.
Okay, do I have a motion to declare the additional titles as essential?
I move that we declare these additional titles as essential.
And I second that motion.
All in favor? Aye. That motion passes. As reflected in the agenda, the additional staff titles are regarded as essential. And it looks like the last thing we have here is a modification of public service hours beginning June 22nd. Monday through Thursday would be 10 a.m. to 6, and Friday or Saturday would be 10 to 4.
And just a little bit of additional information. So at the moment, while we're closed to the public, staff are providing services 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and beginning 6/22 is when we have targeted a date to start the contactless pickup of holds in the building, and this gives us some evening hours, because we're assuming that if we are going back to work, then other folks are going back to work, and so it expands our hours a little bit into the evening and on the weekend, and still allows us to have the minimum number of people in the building at a time.
So this would just be for that next phase.
Correct. And we would hope that by the time we get to the end of our phased reopening, that we're back to our 70-hour-a-week
Sure.
schedule, or 70.
But that would be a separate action.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, do I have a motion to modify the public service hours?
Yes, I move that we do modify the public service hours beginning 6/22.
And I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that motion passes. Is there any other business, Mr. Pulver?
Not for this meeting. Thank you very much. This will allow us to ramp up all of the safety training that we're going to need to do before we get people into the building, and to wrangle all of the the 26,000 outstanding items that we anticipate are going to come flooding back through the book drops.
Well, before we close, I would like to, echo your remarks. I'd like to thank you, and I would like to thank the senior staff for putting so much toil and blood into, drafting this plan, which was a good plan, a week ago, and it's even a better plan now. You guys did such a really good job. I think the board is really proud of the work you guys have done here. So thank you. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Frank.
Okay, we are adjourned.
Okay.
Thanks. Have a great night. We'll see you on
Right.
Monday.
Does that mean, Ike, that then tomorrow now we get reports from Monday's meeting?
Yes, yeah. I mean, so you probably